Hello basketball players, today I'm going to talk to you about the high post and also the low post in basketball. Different skills that you can use in those two spots on the court, but also different concepts on how you can come to the basketball and how you can receive a basketball and also how you can call for the basketball as well. So if you're a center or if you're a power forward or just a player who plays in the post in general, this is a video that you're not going to want to miss. Also, the last tip of the day is going to be the biggest, so stay tuned for that. So first off, we're going to start in the high post and how you can call for the ball, how you can come to the ball, basically how to play the high post in general. So first off, you're not going to have the ball, but I am right now just so I can show you a couple of different moves. So first off, when you're coming to the high post, you want to show to the player who has the ball where you want the ball. The reason why you want to do that is because if you're a tall player and they pass it down towards your legs, it's not going to do as much greatness to you. It's not going to do as much good to you as if it came a little bit higher right to your hands so you can turn and pivot right away instead of trying to find that ball. So you always want to come to the high post, whether it be like this or like this. Personally, I came with one hand because I used to like to come with one hand, get that ball, pivot right away so I can pass to players who are cutting along the baseline. The reason why you want to do that first at the high post is because in the high post, especially in a zone, it's going to be drawing that middle man up, or if it's in a 3-2 zone, it's going to bring the lower man on this side up as well. So when he comes up, if he's not coming up far enough or high enough, you can just turn around and take that shot right away. Meanwhile, when you're coming to the high post, you get that ball, you can pivot. If it draws up the baseline defender in a zone, you're gonna have players from the wing cutting, and you can bounce pass to them, you can bounce pass to them in the middle, you can lob it up, whatever it may be. And as you've seen, you can even do a fake pass, one dribble away from your defender, and then you can take that shot as well. But the biggest concept to take away from this video overall is going to be showing a target so that your player knows where you want to receive that ball so that you can do whatever move that you know you can do. So if you know, hey, high post, turn, pivot, see players cutting, bounce pass it to them, lob it up, or if that player is not coming up to you, you can take that shot. What are those moves? But wherever you like that ball. So if you like it a bit higher like I do, whatever. If you like it a bit lower maybe to keep it away from the defenders and then pivot, whatever your personal preference is, show that target. And the same goes in the low post. So first off, in the low post, you don't want to be right on the block. You can start there, but you want to actually start with the ball itself a little bit farther out. The reason why you want to do this is because if you're down here in the low block, sure, a lot of coaches will say go down to the low block when you're posting up. What they really mean is you can start here, but when you get that ball passed to you, you take a step out. That way you have space and area to operate in. Because when you're down here in the low post, you can do a drop step, but now you're underneath the rim. You can do a drop step towards the middle, but again, you're underneath the rim. So what you want to do is take a big step out when you receive that ball, again, showing a target where you want it. There's so many players who don't show targets and just say, pass me the ball, pass me the ball. Well, to me, that means passing it here, but that's not exactly where you're going to want to have it unless you're one of those players who just likes to have it right to his chest. Most players like to have it a bit higher. Maybe if a player is really playing you high and trying to take away that high pass, you might say, hey, pass it down here to me low. But you always want to show a target. So for me, I used to really like, if the defender is playing me on this side, I used to like getting it right about here so that when I get it passed to me, I can take my step out and now I've got space to operate in. Meanwhile, if a player was playing me so that I couldn't get that medium level pass and he's playing me more on this side, I would just turn, seal, and now he's behind me and I would just say, hey, pass me the ball, and I've got a nice open layup. Now, that move takes a little bit more strength than you may or may not have. So if you're bigger than your defender and your defender is playing you baseline, so he's trying to take away that pass, so that if that pass comes to you out here, he can just pop it away and you no longer have a basketball. If a player wants to play you like that, he's already giving you this side, so you might as well turn and say, hey, pass me the ball. You can get a nice easy layup. But what's even better is if you can say, oh, that's nice. If the referees aren't calling grabbing, you can grab his jersey even and seal him, but don't do that if the referees are calling it. But seal him, and now he's behind you. Now you can get that ball and go 1, 2, up. Simple, easy, and that's all you need to do. But you need to show a target. Targets are very, very important. That shows you the other players who have the ball where you want the ball. I know as a center myself, especially in the fourth quarter when I was way back in grade 9, that kind of thing, I would have been really winded. I used to hate it when I show a target up here and point guards are passing it way down there and I have to try and go get it. You gotta, sure, a lot of guards, and I've heard a lot of guards complain about centers and not being able to receive passes. You have to make sure that you're actually passing it to where the center wants it. You can't just say, hey, go get it, have fun. If the center is saying, I want it in this spot, there's a reason for it. He has a move that comes out of that spot. He wants to maybe gain an advantage on his defender, because I can tell you right now, if a defender is pushing me out and I'm receiving a ball way down here, that's not going to give me a good chance of being able to score my defender, because now I need to go get that ball, what's down on the ground. He's now pushing me even farther, so I'm going to be either traveling, picking it up way out here, now trying to gather and get my strength back and get my positioning so that I can do something on him, and by that time I'm getting double teamed. So make sure you pass the ball to where your player needs and wants it. If you're a guard and if you're a center, show a target and say to your team, hit me on that target. Because sometimes there's a move that I use where if a player is playing me just a bit higher, which means that he's trying to take away my chance of getting it by playing me over top, what I like to do is say, hey, pass me the ball out here, which then means do not bounce pass it, means lob it up. Because when you lob it up, now I can just go up easy, quick, no dribbles needed, and there's nothing that defender can do because now he's sealed me on the outside. And then I get the lob pass, bang, bang, and up. Nice, quick, and simple. But again, going back to where you were on the court, you want to start just a bit up, have that target, and then go from there, because now you've got all this space to operate. You can use one dribble from this area without really getting the ball stripped from you. So if you want, you could even do like a reverse pivot, shot fake, bang, and then up. That's an option, but there's so many different options. You can create your own sequence of post moves from the mid-range that can help you score a ton of points. So that biggest tip of the day is to not start in the low block, but to start just a bit out of it so that you can have room to operate and also show a target to your players who have the ball. This is going to help you become very successful in the high post as well as in the low post. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow for another twice a day basketball video.